Oh no, Yoshi, look out! There's a giant Yoshi behind you! Oh no! Hey, hi. So I was asked to do a video talking about these two subjects by my most vocal viewer, of which I have one because nobody else talks to me. Anyway, she's awesome. And she asked me to do two videos, but I'm going to turn them into one because otherwise we'd have one moderately length video and one ridiculously short video. So we're going to turn this into one vlog. She wanted me to talk about what makes a good review and why/when do you stop reading a book. So, we'll talk about what makes a good review first. Or what I think makes a good review, because this is a vlog, so this is all my opinion. Welcome to my world. So, my book reviews are okay. I feel like they could be a lot better if I would put in a lot more effort, but I am really lazy. So the book reviews that you get from me are not as good as they could be. I still think that they're better than a lot that are out there, but they're So a lot of this vlog is going to be me being like, this is what I'd like to see in a review, and I don't see it very well in mine. Oops. Anyway, what do I like to see in a review? Length is important. I'm getting better at that in my own reviews. I try not to let anything go over 20 minutes. I would like to get it shorter still, but I just have so damn many opinions. But length is important. If your review is too long and you repeat yourself too much, it's just gonna be boring. Energy and the ability to be interesting to look at. There are a lot of book reviews that I have seen, because I've been trying to watch other people's reviews, where the person just wasn't interesting to listen to. I don't know, I'm a hand talker, so I'm pretty animated, so I like to think that at least my random motions keep people watching for nothing else than to see what crazy thing I'm gonna do next. But I also like to think that I have a pretty energetic personality to keep you interested, and I will stop watching a review if the person doesn't have good energy. Knowledge is also important. Knowledge of the subject and knowledge of writing in general. I struggle the most with like the knowledge of the subject category because I don't usually do a ton of research about the book, which on the one hand is good because it doesn't cloud me with ideas of what other people think about the book, but on the other hand, it means I have less information to share with you guys. Usually after I finish a book, I do a little bit of research about it just to see if anything pops out at me as like shit you guys need to know, but not a lot. And that is the side that I know I fail at, and I know that is because I, as a person, hate research. But I think I make up for it on the other end, which is knowledge of writing in general. I feel like I have a pretty good ability to find, the author's style and the ideas and themes and all that jazz that are in the book, which I feel is like really important if you're doing a book review or if you're doing a movie review. It helps if you have some knowledge of like cinematography and, stuff like that, so you can help the audience understand exactly what is going on versus just being like, yeah, I like that scene for some reason. It sure was good. I don't know why. Most of all, I like a reviewer who has the ability to be critical. I have been trying to find someone else who reviews YA books who is critical of them. Because so far in my, albeit limited search because I hate research, I have found lots of people who read YA books, and all they do, because they're usually younger than me, is just gush over how amazing the book was. They can't even tell you why they thought it was amazing. They just go on and on about how awesome it is. And it does nothing for me. I'm like, I need you to tell me good things and bad things. I want to know the whole picture, because nowhere in the world is there something that is perfect. So you come at me and tell me this book is perfect, I'm gonna be like a liar. What's wrong with it? I may still read it even if I know there are things wrong with it. In fact, usually for me, if you want me to read or watch something, tell me what's wrong with it as well as what's good about it. And I'll be way more likely to read or watch it. For whatever reason, that's how my brain works. So a good review for me is one that not only brings up the good points, but is critical of the bad points, and can use the knowledge that the reviewer has about things like writing and style and themes and stuff like that, can use that knowledge to help be critical, not just saying, oh, I didn't like that. So there you go. That is what I think makes a good review. Also, probably some editing skills and maybe an interesting background help, I guess, but they're not crucial to me. Anyway, so now, the shorter of the two subjects, when and why to stop reading a book. Well, I would love to poll my audience before answering this question, but I have learned from past attempts to poll my audience that you guys won't answer me. So I am just going to have to say when and why I stop reading a book. And if any of you feel so inclined to comment about when and why you stop reading a book, that'd be awesome. I am the kind of person who is pretty harsh on my books that I read, in case you didn't know that. And only recently have I even continued to read books that I might have normally set down because I feel like I'll read a book and I'll be like, oh, I don't like this. Why don't I like this? And then I'll be like, that would make a good review. And so some books that I normally would have set down now, I continue reading to review them because I don't ever want to review like a half-finished book. If I can help it, I might someday. But still, there are some books that I just abandon outright. And a book has a sadly short amount of time to get me. It has probably the first 2 to 5 chapters to interest me. And if it doesn't, I got better shit to do. I got better books to read. Book, if you are not engaging me, I will put you down. That doesn't necessarily mean that that book is bad. If it's just bad, oftentimes I'll keep reading so I can review it. But it just doesn't engage me, and so if the book doesn't engage me, or the characters don't grab me, or the action scenes, or it's poorly written, or I don't like the style, I just stop. Very recently, I tried to read Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister by the same guy who wrote Wicked, so that should have been my clue. But the problems that I had with Wicked were problems that I was having with the Confessions of an Ugly Stepsister, and so I just stopped. I know some people really, some people have to keep reading, they feel compelled to keep reading, but I'm not that person. I'm like, okay, this book isn't engaging me, back it goes, get a different one that does engage me. And sometimes I will go through several books that way until I find one that really grabs me. So that is kind of how, why, when I give up on a book. Why and when do you give up on a book? Or do you not give up on a book? Do you give up on a series, or do you feel like you need to finish it? I will give up on a series. I'll drop it in a hot minute. I don't know. And that makes me a quitter? I don't care. Let's get a dialogue going. I know I've got more than one viewer that has opinions. Let's talk about stuff. Yeah. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed this vlog. Quick, Yoshi, use the turtle shell. I don't have one. Oh, crap. What about the one on your back? I'm a dinosaur, not a turtle.